The new owner is Manchester United. Real Madrid is selling its stars to get as much money as possible to buy Kylian Mbappe, and Antoine Griezmann's new club, Saudi Arabia, shocks all football fans. We are not only talking about this today. This is a dose of football and a hot selection of the most interesting news for this hour. Gianluca Di Marza said that the Saudis are negotiating with Gina Ragatuzza, and the Italian has an offer from several teams from the Middle East. Now Genera is thinking which of the Saudi clubs to head. Al Jalal, who is interested in Allegri, wants to invite Bernardo Silva. According to sports journalist Ben Jacobs, Portuguese is offered €40 million a year. Bernardo himself has not yet made a decision about the future and is exploring options. Mantidi wants to keep Silva, and Barcelona and PSG are also interested in him. Al Nassr Cristiano Ronaldo, who recently signed Hakim Ziyech, wants to buy another star. According to Foot Mercat, representatives of the club met with Antoine Griezmann's agents in London. Anton is already 32 years old, so the Frenchman can well afford to rush to the Middle East, although he still has complete order with gunpowder in his powder flasks. Manchester United have been negotiating with Chelsea for Mason Mount for a long time. The Englishman refused to sign a new contract with the pensioners and has already agreed a contract with the Mancunians, but negotiations between the clubs are creaking. The Blues want more than £60 million for the player, whereas United's last offer was around 55 lambs. According to the Manchester Evening News, the Red Devils are extremely unhappy with Chelsea's behavior. Mew believes that Londoners are leaking data about the negotiations to the press. Now the Mancunians are limited in funds. As the Daily World reports, Blazers can ruin the club's season. Americans do not want to incur additional costs and refuse to make large purchases. Eric Tonhack is furious about the Glazers' behavior. The mentor understands that without a high-quality summer purchase, there can be no question of any fight for the championship. To get at least into the top four. Fortunately for Fabrizio Roman, there is great news for Ten Hag. The insider stated in a conversation with Give Me Sport in the following: "I understand that Manchester United fans are tired of this story, but it's getting closer to closing the deal. I think Sheikh Jassim did his best with his application. He is convinced that his application is very good for the future. Altana's last offer is too posh, and the Sheikh does not intend to make a new offer. Even the Glazers with their greed understand that now you just need to take away the cash register."
Real Madrid on its official website announced the extension of the contract with the midfielder of the team Dani Ceballos. The new agreement is calculated right up to the end of June of the 27th year. There are no more details of its prolongation, and it is unlikely that you and I would have learned something interesting there. The extension of the contract with him is, let's say, a desire to preserve the depth of the squad. It is hard to believe that Ancelotti somehow reconsidered his attitude towards Ceballos. In continuation of the theme of the Royal Club, according to the press, Liverpool is not losing hope to get Tchouaméni. The Reds offered £55 million for the Frenchman. In euros it is somewhere between 63 and 64 million, but the cream ones refused. Interestingly, again, if you believe the press, Real Madrid does not mind saying goodbye to him, but the price should be higher. In Madrid, he plans to get £80 million for it, which is 93 million euros. Right now, the transfer market portal estimates the Frenchman €85 million. It is worth noting here, slowly but surely it is falling in price. Not so long ago, his transfer value was €90 million. Earlier, the press wrote that allegedly Real Madrid was concerned about the form of a football player. He can't recover in any way, he stopped meeting expectations and everything in that spirit. Choose the wording yourself. Perhaps, we emphasize, perhaps. In Real Madrid, sales of the plague do not want to discourage spending on Jude Bellingham and spend this money on Mbappé's transfer, about which the media writes so much. So for the next season, everything is fine with the cream midfielders, maybe even somewhere in excess. Another thing is what they will do next summer. However, it will be only in a year and they are not thinking about it yet. In general, for Liverpool itself, the transfer of Tchouaméni is a good acquisition, if, of course, the bug, so to speak, can find the right approach to the Frenchman. But the fact that the Reds will not stop at the transfer of McAllister alone is a fact. He alone will not be enough for them. Well, you definitely watch our last video, it has appeared right now before your eyes. And that's all for today, I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck to everyone, bye to everyone.